Hey, you guys, Mr. Waltz here. I'm going to show you how to do fusion model creation for figure number 8. So if you look at this thing, the corner's kind of cut off over here, but you basically have a flat base part. Then you have this neck that goes up, and then you have this cylinder on top. So we'll start from the bottom. We'll build the base. Um, we'll actually do the cylinder part and the neck kind of together, and then we will put the holes in it. So, anyways, down here on the base, let's look at this thing. So it's basically a rectangular slab. It's got a half-inch diameter hole here. The corners are rounded off, but we can do that with fillets after we build it. Um, and so if you try to figure out the width of this, it's 8 squares across. The depth from front to back is going to be 6 squares, and then height's going to be 2. So 8 by 6 by 2. So hop over here, make me a sketch. I'm going to choose this bottom plane down here, the XZ, and we're going to make a 8 square by 6 square rectangle. That is going to be 2 inches wide and 1.5 inches deep. So that's the rectangle. I'm going to go to the home view. We're going to extrude this up 2 squares, which is just going to be a 0.5. Oops, come on. There we go, 0.5. Cool. Now we got to round some corners. We got to put a hole in it. It's kind of hard to tell in this picture, but only these front 2 corners are rounded, I think. The back corner is left sharp. So we just want to put fillets on these 2 corners up here. So I'm going to pick fillet. I'm going to click this edge. Then I'm going to go over here and click this edge. So both edges are selected. And then I can just type in now, this is 0.25. And you can see that looks better. And then you hit OK, and then it fillets both your corners. Cool. Let's throw the hole in there. The hole, you can kind of tell it's in the center. It's like 4 squares in from one side, 2 squares back from the front, and then 2 squares diameter. So I'll just throw a sketch here on top, and I'm going to draw me a circle. I know it's in the middle, so I might as well line up with that midpoint. So I can come down here to this line. I'm not clicking. I'm just holding the mouse over that triangle point and then coming up here. And I'll put this in, diameter 0.5. Then we just need some dimensions. It's going to be, if you click from the center of it to the left edge with a dimension, it's going to be 1. And from the front edge here to this center, it's going to be 0.5. Right? And we double check that. Yeah, that's right, 2 squares. Okay, so then I can just finish the sketch, home view. I'm going to extrude, click that, go down, and I'm going to, for my extent type, I'm going to use all. So we cut that hole in there. Okay, so now we're done with the base. We got that part done. And what we got to do next is we got to build the neck here. The neck has 2 fillets on the bottom. We're going to add those later. And it has this extended cylinder part in the front. And then it has these sides, and it turns out that these sides they have the same width as the circle. So if we can draw these 2 circles, and we can draw those lines for the sides, and it'll be pretty easy. The thing we got to figure out though, how wide is it? Well, first of all, it's 1 inch wide. You can see across here. You can see the circle is 1 inch across. The inner circle is a ½ inch across. This is extruded out. The neck part is extruded out 2 squares, ½ an inch. The cylinder part is extruded out an additional ½ inch. The question though is, how high is this? How high up is it? And so it's kind of hard to figure out. So this center point right here, this is like in the middle of that circle on the end. What I'm going to do is move in the depth direction. I'm going to go back here. So I'm still at the same height. I'm just further back in the depth direction. And then I'm going to move this way in the width direction. So I'm still at the same height. And then once I get to this point, it's pretty easy to follow the line and count down. So you can see it's 2, 4, 6, 7 squares down. So I just got to draw that circle 7 squares above. All right. And I don't remember how many inches that is. That's what I'm going to use the computer for. So I'm going to slide around here, use my view control, go around to the back of this. I'm going to put a sketch on the back. And I'm just going to draw me a circle. Now I'd like to be centered here. So if I put my mouse on the down here on the midpoint, don't click, but you just track that point. You can see the tracking. And then I'm just going to go up here, click, and draw me a circle. This is going to be the outer circle. it's going to have a diameter of 1. I'm going to draw the inner circle too at the same point. That's going to have a diameter of 0.5. 0.5. Okay, so cool. My circles are done. I probably need to put more information in about where they go. So they're going to go 7 squares up from the base part. So I do dimension. I click on the center point. I click on this base here. This is going to be 7 star 0.25. And if I hit enter, you can see both circles stay together. That's cool. And then they're in the middle, but you can see it's blue here. So I need to add one more dimension. From the center point of the circles, I'm going to go to the left side of the base, and I'll put this measurement up here. I want that to be 1. All right, and you see everything turns black. We're good now. I'm going to pull these dimensions up because it's hard to look at this, right? So I hit escape. I'm going to grab these numbers and bring them outside and make it a little easier to see what's going on inside the circle. So I got 2 circles, they're in the right place. I need the lines on the side now. So to do the lines, what I'm going to do, click the line tool. We'll zoom in here. I'm going to put my mouse on the center. I'm not clicking. I'm going to go to the left, and what it'll do is it'll track this, and it'll put me right where the point on the circle is level with the center. And then I can just draw straight down until I hit the edge of the base. And you can see it's fully constrained. And what it did is a tangent constraint. So it basically figured out what we were doing, constructed a line that is tangent to that circle. Same thing on the right side, still in the line tool, mouse over the center point, don't click. Move your mouse to the right, you'll see the blue tracking indicator. Go until you hit the 3 o'clock point on that circle. Click on the X, and then just go straight down again till you hit the line down there. And you can see we got a black line, so we're good to go now. So we're ready to extrude, dude. So I'm going to finish the sketch. I'm going to go to the home view, and we're going to extrude. So we're going to do 2 extrudes. We're going to extrude the this part right here. This is going to go out half an inch. If you look at the picture, you can see here, this part is just half an inch extrude. So I just click in there, minus 0.5, hit enter, and then now it's correct. So now I want to do the round part. Well, the sketch disappeared. That's no good. Well, where's the sketch? Over here in the browser, little triangle where it says sketches. You can see sketch 1, that's the bottom. Sketch 2 is the top. And then sketch 3 is that circle. So if I go there, click on the eyeball on sketch 3, now I can see it. And then I can do my final extrude, dude. I'm going to extrude the region in between the circles. This is going to be extruded. I got to go this way, so it's a minus number. It's going to be minus 1. All right, hit enter. There it is. Look at the picture in the assignment. It looks pretty close. There's an extra edge. It draws this extra edge here. This is just a difference in drawing styles. I don't think it's a problem. Basically, the people that drew these in 1953 used a different drawing style where you don't draw those transitions that way. I'm going to turn off the sketch because I don't like looking at it. And then save it. It's number 8. You're in the right project, and you're done. See you on the next one. Have fun.